All right, our last topic is going to be thinking about multiplication in different bases. And actually, we're not going to talk about division in this section. We'll save it for the next section. Okay, now remember, I'm not making you think about this because I'm mean. I'm making you think about this because it makes us really value these algorithms and why we want to teach them to kids who are first learning how to add or subtract or multiply, divide. All right, so what you've got on the screen here is the base 5 multiplication table. Remember, you could figure these out using what you know about base 5 addition. So let's just do one example, 2 times 3. If we think of addition as repeated, multiplication as repeated addition, that means I'm going to add 3 2 times. And I'm living in base 5, so 3 plus 3 in base 5 is 1, 1. Okay, so that's where that's coming from. Okay, so you might want to keep this table in front of you as we move through some examples. All right, what's going to happen when I multiply by 1, 0 base 5? Well, the first two are not so bad. When I multiply by 0, I always get 0. When I multiply by 1, I always get the number that I was multiplying back. What happens when I multiply by 2? Well, think of repeated addition again. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 0 plus 1, 0. That's 2, 0. When I multiply by 3, I get 3, 0, and 4, I get 4, 0. Okay, so multiplying by 1, 0 in base 5 is just like multiplying by 10 in base 10. Okay, so I can use that to my advantage. If I want to multiply 2, 4 base 5 times 1, 0 base 5, what do I get? Well, I get 2, 4, 0 base 5. Okay, just like when we multiply in base 10 by 10. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's try multiplying 2, 1 by 3 in base 5. So let's do it like we first did when we were looking at base 10. So now these are 5s, so I have 2 5s or 2 1 zeros and 1 1 times 3 1s. Okay, so that's 2 0 plus 1 base 5 times 3. Well, 3 times 1 is not so bad. That's 3. 3 times 2, 0 base 5. Well, really all I need to know is 3 times 2, and that's what we did earlier. 3 times 2 is 1, 1. And so 3 times 2, 0 is going to be 1, 1, 0 base 5. And by now, hopefully you've mastered addition in base 5. So when I add those two together, I get 1, 1, 3 base 5. Okay, so again, this is our expanded algorithm that you have on the screen. And that leads us to our standard algorithm. So here we multiply 3 times 1 to get the 3, and then 3 times 2 to get the 1, 1 here. All right, I'm going to leave you to try this one. 4, 3 base 5 times 2 base 5. If you have trouble, please send me an email for help. Let me also mention here, you can use the other algorithms in base 5, right? So the partial products algorithm and the lattice algorithm can be very useful to you as you're dealing with these problems in other bases. So in fact, I would encourage you to try other algorithms too. Now there's nothing special about base 5. We can also do multiplication in other bases, like say base 2. So remember in base 2 our only two digits are 1s and 0s. So here's a multiplication problem in base 2. I want to do 1 1 base 2 times 1 0 1 base 2. So I'm going to multiply in the ones place here. 1 times 1 0 1 is just 1 0 1. And then when I multiply the second one, it's in the 1 0 place. So it can be helpful to just write that 0. Here we haven't You don't have to write the 0. Once kids have mastered what's going on, they can drop that 0. But really, I would encourage you to write it for now. And again, when I multiply 1, 0 now times 1, 0, 1, I'm going to get 1, 0, 1, 0. So that's where this number is coming from. And then I add those together to get my answer. Okay.